All right, I got some pond questions for you pond experts, related to like algae and just ponds in general. So I've got my pond here. It's about 100 by 40 feet. It's about 14, 15 feet deep in the middle. Last summer I scooped it out. I drained it. I bought a mini excavator and drove it down there and then into the pond and basically dredged it all out, got all the silt out. There was about probably 18 inches of silt the whole way around just from years of the stream flowing into it. And so I drained it out. I got it back down to bare river gravel, and now I'm kind of letting it grow back. So I'm in Vermont. I'm at about 1,300 feet. I'm near Camel's Hump, and so it certainly gets real winters. It's creek fed. There's a healthy flow of water coming in via the inlet over where my son is over there, and there's a culvert underneath that road right there, so it flows in. There's a good amount of water flowing in. Last year after I dredged it, I put this aerator in, and then what I'm dealing with post dredging is this stuff, this plant. It seems like I can rake it out in the spots I can reach. I've had some success doing that, and then I've got algae starting to grow. So you can see kind of the algae growing on the plant here, and then over you can see some kind of algae starting to grow there. There's not much on the surface except for some random floating pieces, but it's it's still early in the year here. It's still pretty cold. The water temperature's probably 50 degrees, if that, 45 degrees last I checked. So I've got a bunch of algae right here forming on the bottom. And again, not much at the top. I bought 2 barley bales and put them in to try to help deal with the algae, and it doesn't seem to be doing much. If anything, there's algae growing on the barley bales. So I'm not sure this is working. But my question is, we swim in this pond all summer, so I try to keep it as clear as possible. Got trout in it, got frogs and newts and other wildlife in it, so I don't really want it to be bombed by algicide. I'm also up at pretty much the very top of the watershed, so anything I put in the water is going to go downstream, so I gotta kind of be mindful of that. But I guess my question is, how much algae is too much? This just kind of bloomed up over the course of the winter, so I want to make sure it doesn't go hog wild in June and July and I lose control of it. So is this just like an ecosystem kind of returning after I scraped all the life out of this thing and got it down to bare gravel last summer? Or is this the beginning of something that's going to potentially proliferate quickly and that I'll regret not dealing with now? And then the aeration, I've always been under the impression that the more oxygen the better, and the oxygen, I've grown hydroponics, so oxygen keeps the algae down in hydroponics. But am I somehow, by adding oxygen to the water, am I helping this algae and plant life to bloom? Should I maybe shut it off? It's always historically got plenty of oxygen from just the inlet, the water flowing in. I just put the I put the aerator in primarily for winter time when it ices over to keep the fish alive. So yeah, is the aeration contributing to my algae? Is this even an amount I should care about? Or is this something I should really be jumping on and trying to deal with right now? So any ideas are appreciated.